A person who, with effort, years in the gym, and lots of spinach, changed from this to this. Yes, she's with us tonight to tell us how it's done, without the use of steroids. Please welcome the bee's knees of pop, with more hits to her credit than the Mafia, Kylie Minogue. And Gloria. And Leslie, big Leslie. Big Leslie. Now, initially, this will be a little bit over Gloria and Leslie's head, but there are an awful lot of Australians in this country at the moment, and pardonable resentment. You appear to be taking the place over.
Sorry about that. We must
That's not good enough. Why can't you stay in your own country?
Well, we've got too many relatives over here. I think most of the Australians should be heading back, you'll be glad to know.
Why don't you sod off back to Ireland then, Terry?
How much sharper than a serpent's tooth? Oh, dear. Totally uncalled for, I thought. Now, is it important for Australians to make it in Britain?
Gosh, I can't speak for all Australians. For me, I didn't aim to come and be successful in England. It just so happened to work out that way.
But do they, when you go back to Australia, do they not say, there's good old Kylie, she really showed those pumps?
Now they do, yeah, because I've gone the full cycle. They love you, then they decide to hate you, and if you stick it out for long enough, which I had no choice, I was contracted to do the show each week, it turns about and they start to feel sorry for you and, well, maybe she's all right. And, oh, she's, you know.
I suppose for you, you never had a period where you weren't very successful, where you were sort of playing in pubs for a £5 a night, were you? I mean...
No. I think in Australia particularly, that's expected, you know, to do the 10-year pub circuit for your cred rating.
Would you fancy playing in a pub ever?
I
know one in Balham will book you, you know.
You're obsessed with pubs just because you spend all your formative years, and indeed your elderly years, in pubs. You think everybody has to do the same.
It's true.
I'd be very nervous. The smaller a place is, the more frightened I am.
Really? Why is that?
You can see everyone's faces and they're really...
But that's what's good, you know, because you can sort of see them and...
It's a completely different atmosphere. Yeah, there's a lot of great things about it, but if you have 10,000 people, they're just a blur.
Yeah, but that means you might as well just play at home in your bedroom.
Oh God, there's my girlfriend, there's, you know, people that I know.
Now, I mean, obviously to keep yourself in the kind of trim that you are, and you look a fit little person, you've got to do a lot of health stuff, which is a very sort of contrived way of letting you have a look at Kylie at the health club.
I guess because I'm traveling, I have been traveling a lot for the past few years. Each place I go, if it's LA or New York or wherever, I have a gym that I try and get to when I'm there. My gym gear tends to be old, basically. I like to get new stuff every so often, but the old favourites are best to work out in. As you can see, this is my attire. Nothing special, no tricks, just very basic. It's inspiring. It's great to see people around you working out. They may not look so good, like ready to pass out, but it's a good feeling. It really gets you going. I love being able to express myself through dance. Well, we didn't have a set routine for the video. That was just great to just be able to do whatever we wanted, and none of the extras were dancers either. They were just people that we found on the beach or on the street. Health conscious in Brazil. Everything's so loaded with salt and sugar, but it's fabulous. Well, I try and eat as healthily as I can, which it's not always easy. Fortunately, I don't smoke. I very rarely drink. I mean, can't say I'm tempted for a Big Mac, no. It's whatever you make it. You can come to a gym and you can be pumping iron, being very aggressive about it. I like to balance it by doing yoga, meditation, massage. If you put a lot in, you can get a lot back. It's the best way to stay fit. You can send me to the best gym, but I'd rather go out dancing.
It's all this mythology of keeping fit and all.
I'm surprised I didn't see you there, actually. You meant to be in the same...
Oh, I hardly need it, you see. You could say I'm past it. Wait, do you keep fit?
I have 2 or 3 fits a week.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Wonderful. I got the direction from Gloria.
Oh, well, Arthur, I'm not going to get it straight. Do you work out?
Oh, no, I'm a very physical person, and I had worked out quite heavily until I did a number on my back, but I do it. I worked out this morning.
Did you?
Do little things.
Do you feel it does you good?
Absolutely. I want to.
It does make you feel.
I don't ever want to die. I want
makes
to
you
live
kind
and
of-
live.
Oh, that's the trouble with Americans. They don't want to die. Everybody's you're going to die. You are going to die.
My insensitivity tells me you're wrong.
But the thing is, you feel good while you're alive. You feel fully alive.
Yeah, but I feel
and
good.
I only came to it very late because it wasn't part of my generation's upbringing, you know, to do all this stuff. And it's great. It's wonderful.
Sometimes it's nice to feel
terrific.
rough, though, don't you think? Sometimes it's nice to sort of feel a bit sort of grubby.
There is something that's happening, I have to confess, in the major studios in America, because you mentioned longevity, and people are living long enough today, in fact, to develop integrity. And what is happening in the major studios is that they say it's heart attack, but I think it's taking its toll. Apropos of nothing.
I've got, at home, I've got these parallel bars, and what I do is I run at them and try and buy a drink from both of them.
Yes. Well, that was a tremendous topic to bring up there. We got a lot of sensible comments on that. I mean, Kylie, are you a feminist? Would you class yourself as a feminist?
I'm not sure. I believe in equality. I try to not be downtrodden female in any aspect.
Would you ever pose? Would you ever take your clothes off?
Yeah, I would. Oh,
Not
sorry.
you, Arthur. You would too. Would you ever take your clothes off in pursuance of your career?
No, I have had pictures taken with no clothing on, but they're
Art.
very, I mean, it sounds
They were artistic,
very much so. You don't actually see anything, I mean.
which is not much fun then, is it, Kylie?
Oh, no,
There is a
not
problem.
interesting.
I don't know about in this
Link
country,
with
but in the post office of the United States, you can't send an erect penis through the mail, so to speak.
It's not possible, is it?
Not with state.
Erect penis through the mail, so
Oh
they
my
won't.
God.
They won't let photographs, although they'll let photographs of full frontally nude,
Well, how do they manage it?
gynecological
Surely-
photographs of females through the mail. They
Surely a
won't
flaccid
show
one
it.
is less painful with 2 staples through it than an erect. sorry, Kylie, that you to come on to
Very
this kind of
conversation,
rough stuff. Kylie, how long? I mean, obviously, how long is a piece of string? It's a tough business that you've decided to be in, pop singing, very tough. You are apparently frail, but I bet you're tougher than you look. But still, it's very transient. Do you have an end in sight, or do you think I'm just going to go on and make records for it?
It depends which day you ask me. Some days I just
sensible.
can't see an end at all. I think this is ridiculous. This is terrible. Everywhere I look, I'm getting criticized and this and that, and being judged left, right, and center. I think, why am I putting myself through this? Then the next day, I think, well, it shouldn't be like that. I want to go forward. I want to do more. I want to get better and improve.
Don't let the swines grind you down.
You've been around for quite a while as well, haven't you? I mean, once you've been around for a few years, you're more liable to stay on, I think. I mean, you look at someone like Bros or someone who kind of...
Well, it's
flared
nice
up.
not to have the one-hit wonder label.
Yeah, and you can act as
Certainly.
well. So.
Yes, it is a business that's got very, very short-lived for people, hasn't it?
Acting is one of the few professions where you can actually, if they need to call upon somebody to play someone who's 85 years old, they can actually go
You can
find
do that
somebody
now.
who's 85 years old.
Can you do that now?
Of course I can. You've got to put a lot of makeup on.
No, I don't think so. You've got to take a lot of makeup off. I'm afraid we have to call a halt to this very erudite, distinguished discussion. It's been a great pleasure to have you all here.
It's been a pleasure.
My thanks to Arthur and to Gloria, to Leslie and to Kylie. Now we'll be back next week with another astonishing array of showbiz riffraff, unless they're work of the Christmas Post. In the meantime, I'll leave you with the words of the tragic Dane. My God, these tights are drafty. Good night. Good night.